there seems to be a lot of excitement about foundation models that are transforming healthcare, right? But you're predicting that, it's going to be more PE style roll-ups, joint ventures like OpenAI and Thrive Holdings, buying up healthcare companies and implementing AI at scale. What does this mean for like standalone AI startups that are starting to compete? That have, it reminds me of the old days of diagnostics. There were lots of diagnostics companies that came up, but the diagnostic was of no use if you didn't have like the cure or the treatment combined with it. So AI in and of itself, if you're trying to compete as a standalone, what are your chances? I mean, how do you fare?
I mean, I think if you are a point solution, you're in a tough spot, right?
Mhm.
Either you have to find small, medium-sized businesses that you can kind of deploy at relatively quickly with some quick win ROI situation, like, hey, we help with appointment scheduling, right? Like that's a simple example, and then you try to build out the rest of the capabilities from there. Um, but I think for a lot of other companies, they're going to have to find distribution partners in some capacity, right? I mean, this is sort of what the whole, forward deployed engineer meme is right now, where it's like,
Mm,
hey, we have a lot of companies that will go on site and actually implement what you need on
mhm.
site to do whatever. And we have some vendors that we work with to help with that kind of thing. But there has to be a person that orchestrates a lot of this, right? So if you're a point solution, I think you're in a sort of tough spot there. But you can either find a distribution partner or find some wedge that lets you then build a lot more tools next to it. Um, but I think that also it's different. Like there are different models of this, right? Like the the PE roll-up style thing is very different than, hey, I'm selling to an existing clinic that has its own owner, right?
Mhm.
In a lot of these other scenarios, they're taking, they're most likely taking medium to large size companies that can benefit from AI adoption, but also struggle with the change management required to do that. And frankly, it just requires a lot of headcount cutting that I think is
Yeah.
very difficult. Um, and so that's different than if you're a small startup company trying to sell to other small companies, which is just a very different model. So just sort of depends on like your style of distribution.